Hi Beatle people, how's everybody doing? Well, if you didn't think we were done with all this McCartney III talk, here we go. I was online today, just scrolling through my phone as one does, and saw that there is yet another copy of McCartney III coming out. This one is going to be on orange vinyl through You Discover Music, if my memory serves me correctly. And that just kind of pushed me over the edge a little. And you're like, Caitlin, all you've been doing is bitching and ranting about McCartney III for the last couple of weeks. And yeah, you're right, I have. But I have to give credit where credit is due. Now, my last video, when I talked about the delay of McCartney III, I basically said that, oh, it has to be because, they said it was production issues. So if that's the case, then it's because they're putting out so much shit and they can't keep up with it. But then my buddy Matthew Street made a really, really good point. This is just to give them another week to sell more copies, to sell more stuff. And lo and behold, this new orange vinyl comes out and it just clicked for me. And that's where I want to get into today's video. Why does Paul McCartney feel that he needs another #1 record? Why does he keep taking our hard-earned money? And I have to say, I am a huge Paul McCartney fan. And of course, this is why, I am a Paul McCartney consumer and I buy all this stuff just like you guys too. But it really makes you think. The guy has been in the music business for nearly 60 years. And he's had so much success. What gives? So I wrote down some notes here. And I'm going to go through some of these statistics of Paul McCartney's last #1s, if you will, or singles, albums. We're going to go all through it. So with Egypt Station, I have to agree with Matt Street. Also, if you're not subscribed to Matthew Street, you need to do that. And I'm sure if you subscribe to me, you're definitely subscribed to him. But in case you're not, go over there and subscribe to Matthew Street. And he goes on to say in his most recent video that Egypt Station is absolutely a fake #1. And I have to agree with him 1,000%. 1,000%. All of the different vinyl variants, all the different box sets, all the CD variants. And the thing that sucks is that eventually, especially for us that have Spotify subscriptions, all of the songs that oh, you have to get it, or else you won't listen, or you won't be able to hear that song, it all ended up eventually on Spotify, which is why I can't see myself getting more than one copy of this album. And I did that with Egypt Station. I only got one physical copy of that album. And I've done that again with McCartney III. Now, Egypt Station sold over 153,000 copies, and 147,000 of those were traditional copies. Total, physical media. And that went to #1 only in the US. It went to #3 in the UK. Now, when was the last time that McCartney was on the charts? Not with this fake #1 Egypt Station crap. Well, the last time Paul McCartney had a #1 single, here I'm going to do the different ones for our friends here in America and also in the UK. The last time Paul McCartney had a #1 single in the UK was in 1983 with Pipes of Peace. The last time he had a #1 single in the US was also in 1983 with Say, Say, Say with Michael Jackson. Now you're going, Caitlin, come on, that was a collab with Michael Jackson. How about before that? Well, the one before that was Ebony and Ivory with Stevie Wonder in 1982. All right, so come on, what was the last #1 single that Paul McCartney had in the US that was just him? And that was in 1980 with Coming Up. So there's that. Now, as for #1 albums, The last #1 album Paul McCartney had in America was Tug of War in 1982. The last one in the UK was Flowers in the Dirt in 1989. Now, those were the last ones that went to number one. But when was the last time McCartney was on the Billboard charts, or just the regular charts, at all, in general? The last single to chart anywhere on the charts was in 2015. He had 2 singles, and unfortunately, those 2 singles were with Kanye West. 4 or 5 Seconds, which I actually kind of like that song. I just wish Kanye didn't sing on it. McCartney should have sang those parts. In the UK, it went to number 3. In America, it went to number 4. And then the song All Day went to number 18 in the UK and number 15 in the US. So it's only been 5 years since McCartney at all has been on the album charts. So it's not like this guy's career has been totally stale. So much success. I mean, Homeboy has over 25 studio albums. That's, of course, post-Beatles. And also post-Beatles, 111 singles. Now, these also include, like, little weird projects. Like, Do They Know It's Christmas? Yes, Paul McCartney was on that song, so he gets a credit. The remake of Ferry Across the Mersey, that happened, that he actually sang part lead on. And the redo of Let It Be for Ferry Aid, you know, when all of those, like, Ferry Aid, Live Aid, Farm Aid, all that stuff happened in the 80s. So all that stuff technically counts if you get into the nitty gritty. So, I don't know, guys. It's just getting too much. It's like, why does this guy feel the need to, oh, I gotta have another number one. I gotta have another number one. And, you know, take our hard-earned money. And we can't blame this all on Paul McCartney, because who knows how much control he really has with his marketing team at MPL. But I'm now really convinced that it's not just because there's so much merchandise and 50 million different colored vinyls coming out, which is why production, there's a delay. I really, honestly agree with Matt Street, and think this is just a way to sell more stuff. One whole week to sell more stuff. And that really sucks. It really, just as a fan who loves the music, hurts my heart. What do you guys think about all this? Let me know in the comments. And until next time, as always, peace and love. See ya.